This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. Another 80 acres planted last night, after dark of course. I'm going to check the oil in this tractor real quick, and I put fuel into FN already. I need to put some talc in the tracks, and yesterday I fixed my O-ring problem. The O-ring here on the little, on those things right there that tell you which direction your hydraulics are supposed to go. Well, the O-ring on this one disappeared and covered the back of the tractor, myself, and everything else with oil. I did put seed in the planter last night. Figured I'd rather do that while I'm already a little PO'd and dirty anyways. Of course, that didn't stop me from getting dirty this morning. Mama told me not to, I did it anyway. I am low on engine oil, but I did not bring any of that with me today, so that means we're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow. So far, so good. We're just under 100 acres for the day, and it's just barely 1 o'clock, and to think I had nothing planted at this time yesterday. Oh yeah. I'm on this farm down here by Hadley Creek, and it's a very large triangle, and there's three planter passes out here on the whole farm that are not point rows. And a couple of years ago, we started farming in two different directions, so now we split it kind of right here where this other road comes, and we farm this half of it east-west and the other part of it north-south. 103.49 acres. That is how many acres was in this field, and that's apparently how many acres of seed I can hold, or at least this seed. It's a P37A18E Pioneer bean. Pioneer beans seem to plant pretty well, anything plants well through this ExactEmerge planter, and the tanks are very dirty. They should still be nice and yellow, but they are dirt colored because of the oil issue. And I got this done here before 1 o'clock. I'm gonna fold up, go back to the seed tender, put some more seed in, and then go to the next place. Now this is quite the operation. It does appear that his conveyor unloads just a little bit quicker than mine. Grandpa has already cut the PTO ditches in this field, and this one is, it's not too deep, so I've observed that if you slow down across it, it bounces more than if you just go full speed across it. And that's our helpful farming tip for the day. Yesterday, there wasn't a lot going on here south of the hole, but now there's a guy working ground on the farm next to me, someone planting on the farm on this side of me, and there's someone planting on the farm that's to the south of me. There's another guy planting corn a little bit further away, but there's a lot going on south of town at the moment. It looked like it was starting to rain again, which is odd because there's no rain in sight. But knowing what I know now about the quality of these John Deere little thingies here, those threads are stripped off, same as the other one. And oil was starting to blow from inside there to up on there. But luckily, I caught it before it really got bad. I've still got like 25 acres to do before it gets dark. Oh, and I got to get back to Missouri. And there it is, a piece of the threads stripped off inside of here, and that came from that. There goes Jay Diggity, driving away.
Wednesday night, last field of anhydrous for the bottom, so I planted a little bit today, and another guy in the bar for part of the day here. I figure it's more important to get this gas on while it's good and dry ahead of this potential rain they're talking about in the next couple of days. More important to do that and then plant a little bit more. Plus, if it rains, then I don't want to replant more than necessary. And the pivot here, field with a pivot. So got it moving, got a place where to park at, some already done ground. Got about 90 acres left. It's 7:45, so it should be done at 10:30, 11 o'clock. I got it all lined out, ready to go. Got a code flashing still. Thought we had that fixed, but guess not. Yeah, I guess we'll see what the weather brings and go from there. Thursday morning, actually afternoon. It was supposed to rain last night, but it didn't. So we're still planting. I think we had this scene last year. Chase is on the north side of the road, planting beans. I am planting corn on the south side. Still calling for a pretty good chance of rain, and decent amounts of rain over the weekend. So we don't know how far we're going to get on the planting, but we're going to at least plant today and maybe part of tomorrow, and then see what happens. It'll be Easter weekend, so it seems like I always have a lot of iffy weather about that time.
I'm currently in the same field in the bottom where I planted beans in the drowned out spot last year with my 40-20. But I did that in June, and I'm here planting beans in this whole farm in mid-April. So that feels pretty good. This ground certainly is not gumbo, but after being on some of the ground that we've got in Illinois yesterday, and then coming to this, relative to the Missouri side of the river, this is pretty light dirt. But relative to the Illinois side of the river, this is probably medium dirt, really. Up there, Grandpa is using our 4455 and the PTO ditcher to make little ditches in the field so that the water has a path to travel to get to the nearest riser, which is back there. But this is one of just a few jobs that the 4455 is going to have, officially anyway. The dirt underneath of the surface is what's getting flown a little bit further, and the lighter stuff close to the top is just turning to dust. But that's pretty neat how that looks, or at least I think it's pretty neat. This is another farm that I rent myself. This is actually the very first piece of ground that I was able to rent. But this is an awesome, awesome farm. It's a good soil type, lays reasonably well for the soil types that it is, and it's always treated me well. I keep the fertility up, and it just always grows a pretty good crop. This is the first time that I've ever planted this myself, and this is the 8th year that I have been on this farm. And it feels pretty good. I'm coming up on a 165 acre day. I think I'm going to quit because we don't have any other ground that's ready for beans quite yet. We either have to spray it or work the ground, and we don't have any other ground work, so I think I'll just be done after this. Yep, right here. This is the last of it. I'll tell everybody a little bit about this farm since I'm out, and it's such a nice view. So my family has farmed this since 1974, first by Grandpa, and then in the very late 90s, he turned it over to my dad, and in 2017, my dad turned this farm over to me. This is one of 2 farms that my family has turned over to me. The other farms that I rented have been things that I've gotten myself. I just think that this is a really nice farm. And it is a lovely evening, by the way. In order to keep the ExactEmerge belts from developing a memory, you do have to purge the belts, and that just means get the seed out of them every night after you're done planting. So the John Deere high-speed system, it's a little belt with bristles on it. It's not like the precision planting deal, where I think it has 120 spots like in the belt for seed to go. In theory, the John Deere has infinitely many positions. And in practice, this thing is quite accurate, and I've never seen seed placement for soybeans like I have with this thing. In the bottom, there's been a rainfall event of about 2.1 inches for the whole weekend, and I've got the pumps running here at the pump house, but the bay is still coming down kind of slow. Down here by the bay, there's a fence post that I look at right over here, and if I can see the top of the fence post, then it's gonna be okay-ish, but I'd still rather see the whole fence post. There's an actual gauge here inside the pump house that tells me the level of the bay, and that's what I pump based off of. The way drainage works here in the bottom north of Hannibal, all the ditches come towards the bay eventually, and the bay is our primary water holding spot. And there's these pumps in this pump house down here at the south end of the bay, and we use the pumps here to pump water out of the bay, across the levee into a channel, and then that water goes down to the river. The river's down pretty reasonably low right now. It's like 11.5 feet. Flood stage is 17 feet, and go home stage, like all is lost, is 30. I went on a stroll through the bottom, and the ditches are full, but the fields are mostly empty, and that is good. That's what matters. Started out kind of cool and damp here in northeast Missouri, but it turned into a pretty swell day, don't you think, Belle? May. Attention, deaf and old dog. Come here. Need some camera time. Isn't that right, little dog? Come on, get him. Get him. The dog and the cat. The cat and the dog. Dad said that he finished the breather lights on his Peterbilt, and I'm going to go inside and take a look at them before we end the video. Okay, that's pretty sick. Ooh, that looks mean. That's going to look really nice rolling down the road. That's a pretty nice view to end this video with. As far as planting progress goes, we're at 870 acres for beans and a little over 1,500 acres for corn. We've got a lot more left to do, so we're not done with planting, not by a long shot, but we're making pretty good progress. We're over a quarter of the way done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are enjoying the content that I make. It appears as if the dog and the cat were having a little fight. Maybe they still are. Hey, leave the cat alone, please. Is this dog bothering you, kitty cat? Hey. No. I hope everyone is enjoying the spring content, and I certainly am. I think spring is tied for my favorite season of the year. A bunch of blackbirds flying around making noise too. But I will catch you guys on the next video, so take care. Say goodbye, kitty. What was that, kitty? You said that everyone that's not subscribed should be subscribed? That's very out of pocket for you to say.